Alright, so let's get started. In efforts to completely display the functionality of the site, we're going to split it up into the two different views. I will have an admin and two users, and you'll see kind of just how a user goes to this site and what it looks like, and how an admin goes to this site and what it looks like. So here's the login currently. You see the site's called Review Llama. That's the name we chose. And let's just log in as an admin. There's some error checking on this login just to make sure the fields are empty, the username exists, the password is right, so on and so forth. And the registration we'll get into a little bit later with this here. So let's log in. So you see a login here is a dashboard, and this will be the main navigation throughout this site. You have this dashboard here, and then you have the navigation bar on the left, which we use a lot as well. And there are a few statistics that the dashboard pulls up when you're an admin. You can see the number of reports completed over the number of total reports, which is always 20. And you can see the number of assessments completed over the number of total assigned assessments to groups, which we'll talk about a little later. So let's go to Group Manager and start this program up. So when you start the program, there are obviously no groups. Groups are not made yet. There are no users in groups, but the groups themselves exist. And we can choose to upload a list of users from just a text file, and it'll just read the users line by line, and kind of put them into grouping that it sees fit. And you can go ahead and scramble that grouping. You can swap between different groups. Say, oh, I want Unshin swap with Flunk, right? Something like that. And then you can go ahead and save. And actually, before saving, like if you try to navigate away, you are asked, you're prompted, hey, do you have unsaved changes? Do you want to leave? And you say, hey, no, I want to stay, and I want to save my work. And yeah, there you just saved, and you kind of just restarted the program itself, because this is the main page of the program, the main functionality of the program.
Now we're going to take the perspective of the user, register, log in, and submit a report. Once the list of students enrolled in the course has been uploaded by the admin, students will be able to register and log in. Since the register page references the username list against the username list already predefined, only a user who is currently on that list is able to register. Here I will use a demonstration of a username which is currently misspelled so that it is not able to log in. And we will see that the username is not found. Simply changing this to the correct username will allow us to log in and register. Further error handling is handled by password reinforcement, only allowing non-empty fields to be submitted in the form, and not allowing incorrect password and username combinations, and only allowing registered students to proceed. Upon logging in, the student is brought to a different dashboard to the admin. Now the student will upload a completed report for assessment. The system provides functionality to type directly into the submission boxes, upload a text file, or even upload an XML. Notice with the XML file that certain fields such as title, body, and references are already pre-filled. Upon submission, the user is displayed with confirmation. Now I'll show one further functionality of the system, which is the user account settings located in the top right. Here the user is able to change their name, username, password, or even their group name.
Yeah, so we're back in the admin view. As you can see, reports have been uploaded now, and even a few assessments. Let's go to reports and see what we can do about assigning reports to be assessed. So here you can see the reports page. You can browse through and see the groups that have uploaded reports. As you can see, group 6 has not uploaded the report, but we can look at group 5's report. You can see you can expand it to read the whole report. And you can even assign other groups to assess this report. Alright, so we picked group 8, 12, and 13 to assess this report. And let's save those changes. And there it is. It's saved.
Alright, so I'm logged in as users, which is one of the users that are on the list that the admin has previously uploaded. This is the dashboard, and I see that a report has already been written in my group. So let's go to assessments because I have one new assessment. When we go inside, we see that there is red at the top, green at the bottom. The green at the bottom means the assessments that we have already written. At the top is the report written by another group that I'm supposed to assess. So let's do that. There is 4 criteria that we are able to rank from 1 to 5. And so we choose a certain ranking, and let's have a comment to explain why we chose that ranking. And you could either go back because you don't want to do the assessment anymore, or save it. When you save it, we see that it goes now where the other already assessed assessments are. What we could do is expand if we wanted to, and or switch view to see the previous report that you just assessed. Then we go to marks, and marks will show who assessed our report that we have already uploaded. We see that there are 2 groups that did that. Aside from the group number, we see the average that they also got, and the details regarding how they assessed us. For the comments, for the lack of space, we do this trick, and the comment comes up this way to see what other groups have to say about what they wrote regarding us. There is an overall average for those 2 assessments, and a ranking to let us know how we're doing in the classroom as a whole. Finally, we go to the forum part. There are already threads that have been written, and for instance, this one has been created by another person that is in my group, and it was then updated by another group member because of say they wrote a post. So let's go ahead and maybe try to write another thread. So obviously, as usual, we could either go back or save the thread. We save the thread. We see that it's been written by me. This is the date. This is the time. And I could go ahead and write myself a post for the thread that was written by a different person. And similarly, we save the post, and it's up there. We go back to the forum, or we could go back to the dashboard clicking here, and we see that now things have been updated by me. Assuming we wanted to look up one of those threads, we could use the search bar, and anything that have that keyword comes up.
Alright, so we have a few final features on the admin side. These include student manager, assessments, and statistics. As you can see, the numbers have been updated. There's a lot of data in the program. So let's go to student manager. Student manager just includes a autocomplete info bar. So if we start typing like tweezers that we just saw, it'll load up tweezers data. You can see different things like rank, group number. You can even see if they submit a report. If they have, you can view it. Similarly, there are more tables, kind of like the one you saw in the student view. So this is an assessment of the student's report. So this is the same thing as what the student sees in my marks. And this is the reverse, where these are the reports assessed by that student's group. And similarly, you can click the comments to see what the comments are. The next assessments. So assessments you see here, it's a pretty hefty table, but it's split up pretty nicely. So these are all the assessments that have been written so far. It tells you who wrote them, the group number who wrote them, group number who assessed them, when they were assessed, and like scores and comments as well. Let's read a comment. Okay, yeah. And lastly, statistics. So statistics is where we get into the ranking and other information about the groups as a whole. So here you can see that the ranking is on the left. And the groups that haven't even uploaded a report or haven't been graded are automatically ranked 20 because they don't really have any ranking otherwise. And So you can see the rank, you can see the group number, you can see their average, when they submitted the report, how many assessments they've written, and how many assessments they've been assigned. And you can sort by any of these columns. Thank you. Actually, there are two ways to log out. So you can click the user icon and click log out, or if you are admin and trying to go to the student side, it'll log you out, or vice versa. If you're a student, you go on the admin side, and it'll try to go to the admin side, it'll log you out as well. So it says you don't have access, and then kicks you right out.